What's up, guys? This is Griffin at Eddie's Guitars, demoing out a couple more of our awesome electrics that we just got. I was hoping that this particular model that I'll talk more about in a second would have been here in time for the last stream, but all that means is that I get to do another one with this. Today's is going to be a little bit shorter than normal. It's going to be around 20 to 30 minutes max, so I don't meander too much with the topics and the instruments and whatnot. But I was just so excited to get this one in particular that wanted to go through the features and demonstrate it, as well as possibly this other Collings we've got back here as well. This is Tom Anderson Lil Angel, or Lil Angel, in a Mocha Wake Surf finish with HSH configuration. The cool thing about the Lil Angel is it's a short scale. It's a Gibson like 24/7/5 scale, which you don't often see on like a bolt-on guitar with an HSH configuration, all that type of stuff. It's kind of like a best of both worlds combination thing. I'm really pleased with it. I'm super I didn't think it would make as much as a difference as it does, but you can really do like huge stretches, like 1-4-6. You can go like no problem at all. It really just doesn't get in your way whatsoever. Now, obviously, you wouldn't want to do that whole sequence in order, but there's a million applications where I can think of different. Squishing the frets a little bit together would make longer things more easier. Hunter, you mind kicking me over to a lead patch real quick? For instance, like stuff like don't even have to think about it anymore. It's like almost effortless. And you wouldn't think that like it being squished together, you would think that would make tapping harder, being accurate with all that. I noticed zero difference with that at all. I do a lot of tapping, just one random note here, one random note there, from a complete stop to a complete start, and it hasn't gotten my way at all whatsoever. And also, as you can hear, you don't lose any of that spank and classic bolt-on sound. What? That's weird. Sorry, guys. We're having a little bit of audio output issues. I should be going out of the 1/4 inch on the output 3, right? Yeah. Sorry for any audio issues that we've been having over the last minute. We're trying to get them squared away. This is only my second. It's our not maiden voyage, but pretty close. So if you tuned into last week's live stream, I talked about how the Tom Andersons are just like the most musical of the stuff that I've played here. The stuff that just makes songs and riffs and leads and stuff want to jump out at you. And the fact that they scrunched the playability even into a smaller package to get that stuff out of you quicker, actually, it makes a difference. This one's even more inspiring. Not to say that the Maui Kazowie was anything less but incredible, but like these guitars just like I said, they just make you want to come up with stuff. And from the second I saw this one come off their bench, I couldn't wait till it would get here. Speaking of which, that wake burst finish is also another interesting thing they do. It's like a triangular burst, where the darker burst is kind of like above it, and then you've got like a triangle into like the full other color, which I think is super creative. It makes a lot of other finishes pop that wouldn't normally pop on other guitars, which I think is pretty cool. If you have any questions about this guitar, any of the guitars I've got on the wall, or in general, please just let me know. Drop a comment in the chat. I'd love to answer it. I'd love to let you know about anything we've got here, or anything we've got coming in. I'll probably check out this single cut Collings over here, because I've been wanting to play one of their electrics on stream for quite a while. Whoa, the guy that painted this guitar commented, great job. Everybody in your building does an incredible job. These guitars are just incredible. Make me one, please. I'd love one. It's definitely next in line for sure. So yeah, way to knock it out of the park. Everybody there knocks it out of the park. So thanks for checking it out, man. I really appreciate it. I'd also like to introduce my special guest this week, my knees. It's very hot here in St. Louis, and I absolutely refuse to wear pants on camera because I had figured my knees are less offensive to my forehead sweat. So I figured I'd save you guys the trouble of that. So yeah, these aren't just for shredding. I know that's just my instinct. It's just because my hands just want to go to that. But they're super well-rounded guitars. You can do anything on them. I go to a riffy kind of thing. What's cool about this option too is even with an HSH, you've got a coil split on there. So you've got your 5 normal settings, and then you've got 2 more additional ones on top of that. You might even get 2 more if you can split the second and fourth position. Let's try that. So you've got your bridge. You can split your bridge. Let's see if it affects the split all that much. Not too much now. But either way, you get a tremendous amount of options with this guitar. Not too many you'll drown in them. Like, I don't like those guitars that have like a million different settings here, and here. That just where you can go into drop D or different tunings and different EQ spectrums put on it and whatnot. Like, I don't need all that on a guitar. There are some guitars we carry here that have extra options that I enjoy very much, but it's very easy to get carried away with that type of stuff. So having it all just ready on deck, but not too complicated, is a pretty big priority for me. So even though this guitar is 3/4 of an inch shorter than your average bolt-on guitar, it doesn't sacrifice anything in the low end or as far as your chugging or anything like that. I'm a big fan of heavy rhythmic stuff, and that's a huge priority with me with any electric guitar, whether or not even a hollow body or something for that. It's got to have a huge, chunky, low rhythm. sound, regardless of what pickup you're on, regardless of what you're doing, just because that's a huge aspect of my playing and what I find fun about guitar. And that's something that is very, very apparent with this one. Yeah, just super satisfying. Like, I could do that all day. Or even when you're playing faster stuff, like you don't, kind of like what I said about the last pickups, where they're not so high output that your notes bleed together. It's all just a bunch of buzzsaw, hot distortion sound. I like just like a pushed big sound, and these contribute a lot to that. And even on a rhythm patch, I personally find myself playing a lot of lead type stuff because these guitars breathe a lot. When you shake the strings, the engineering that they put into the guitar to make it so resonant, you just have so much control. You don't need to goose these extra sounds and overtones and places that you can go. You don't need to throw extra English onto the stuff to make it happen. If you do throw that on there, the guitar's natural resonance kind of carries it away for you. And when you play a lead patch with all the reverb and the stuff on it, it just makes it even sweeter and even more resonant, which I find very entertaining. Entertaining to play, satisfying to record, all that type of stuff. They also have a tremendous amount of sustain. This particular patch I'm playing on has 3 noise gates on it: an input gate, a post amp gate, and a output gate. To have that much on my guitar and still not have the sound get choked is super impressive. I guess I should practice my own material before attempting to play it. Yeah, I kind of find myself spacing out with this guitar. I just start playing, see where it takes me, and even when I'm on camera, frankly, pretty nervous to be doing it, I still find myself getting lost in this guitar. So super impressed with it. I really can't say too much about these guitars. I'm sure you're probably sick of hearing me just gush about them. So I'll grab a different one that I'm also equally stoked about. I'm part of the Make-A-Wish program. Matt went to his local YMCA, and I was part of the Big Brother, Big Sister program, and or the Even Bigger Brother, Even Bigger Sister program. And he took it upon himself he saw how drastically I needed to be on camera, and took it upon himself to give back to the world, you know. He actually just tried to walk through, but we've got so many cables and lights hooked up that it was a complete booby trap type situation.
I'm gonna come in and hover over you while you're playing.
He just said he's gonna hover over me, which it would only serve to increase your viewing pleasure, because I'm sure you guys are enjoying how natural I am on camera. Oh, ooh. Guess I missed a string 10 minutes ago.
What kind of tuner is that?
This is the Super Snark, not to be confused with the regular Snark. Do like an army roll. This is a Collings. It's a City Limits with a blackburst top and this really cool dog hair finish on the back. I know that name doesn't really imply a level of wow factor or confidence, but it really is one of the most eye-catching finishes in person that I've seen. It's kind of hard to catch on camera. I'm gonna go pop it over to this secondary camera right here, but it's just like, it's like slate. It just has this depth to it. Once you see it up close, it's really, really impressive. It's kind of hard to, let me see if, yeah. It's not just like wood grain, it's almost like a reverse of it. It really, it's very cool. Like, it's one of those, just like the Maui Kazawi last week with the Tom Anderson. I heard the name and I was like, I gotta see this. I gotta see what it actually looks like in person, what a visual representation of this is. And it didn't disappoint. Just like with the Maui Kazawi, it was like, oh yeah, that the people at the factory weren't just coming up with a crazy name, because I'm one of those guys that if something's got a crazy enough name, I gotta see it or I gotta have it. So it's nice when they don't disappoint, and this certainly didn't. These guitars in particular, whether they're acoustic or electric, everything this company makes is just like out of the gate phenomenal. Like, same with what I was talking about Sir last week and Tom Anderson. The level of consistency that I see from every single one of these is just like top tier. It's hard to, I've been working in guitar stores for a while, and it's just hard to see the same name on the headstock, the same model, million different colors, and then them all play the same. Not in a sterile way like some other brands can be, but in a just like, this is our motto, this is what we do, and we do it at this level consistently. And for a place that sells the stuff, and we want to give people the best products that we can get, and we want to know that their experience is going to be the same across the board, that's super beneficial for us, and super, like, it's a peace of mind type thing. When we have stuff that we know is going to make people happy, it's not going to, we don't have to like worry so much about like, oh, is this the right one? Is this one more resonant than the other one? With companies like this, you don't really have to ask questions like that, you know? Listen to how huge that sounds. Whoa! I have a visitor on stream. I guess Matt thought I needed a hand. I like that. That was like a little Mr. Rogers type thing. I mean, you can hear this thing. I almost feel like it's just like, just listen to it, because it. So what that guitar had in spank and just like percussiveness, this has in depth. Now, if you like took this guitar and that guitar, mixed them together, I can't even imagine like what type of sound you would get. This is what I find so cool about this type of stuff, is it's you cease to get into a realm of better or worse, and it's just a matter of different. It's a matter of what type of tool are you trying to make, what type of song are you trying to write, what type of feel are you going for. It's the type of stuff that's super exciting to me, and that you put either of these guitars in different people's hands, different music's going to come out of them. And obviously that's true for any instrument, but these instruments make that gap and those things wider in a good way. Like, they're not going to it makes me excited to see what type of music people are going to make with this type of stuff. Holy low end. Could I get some reverb? There we go. Oh, Yorgi. Oh, man, I haven't talked to him in forever. Hope all is well, man. Continue to shred. It appears my cohorts have made a choice for the next guitar I have to play, despite me not really wanting to give this Collings up. But I'm not really going to complain about playing something else.
Someone requested this one. Go ahead and put that one.
Oh, cool. Looks like someone in the chat requested this one. This thing sounds awesome. I played this one last week and I literally like zoned out. I kind of forgot I was playing. It was towards the end of the stream. And I literally just can like feel it like vibrating against my body, because it's got so much air moving around. It's kind of what I was talking about last week. Not that I would expect you to have stuck around that long. But it still doesn't lack any of the punch that you expect out of a PRS. I mean, obviously it's not going to be like your full on, you know, if you had a single cut with absolutely no holes in it, it's not going to be to that level. But you really like, I played through the rhythm patches and stuff like that. I'll probably demonstrate that in a little bit. You can pull off rhythm patches and chugs and stuff like that with a guitar like this. It's very impressive. For instance, like right now. Like, would you I wouldn't normally expect that out of a fully hollow guitar. Not even on the bridge pickup. So yeah, you can, obviously that's a bonus to what you can do with a guitar. And playability is insane on this thing too. Normally I'm not a fan of like a super glossy neck. Something about what PRS does, it doesn't really get in my way all that often. I just feel like a lot of that heavy gloss, my hand sticks to it. I like something oily or satin or something where my hand glides over it. Kind of like what I was talking about with the James Tyler last week, where I feel like on the complete opposite spectrum, when you have a totally raw neck that has all this wood texture on it, I feel like my hand gets caught on it. When you go completely to the lacquer side and you make a very glossy neck, I feel like my hand gets caught on that as well. So I like anything in the middle or exceptions to those rules, and this is very clearly an exception to that rule. It doesn't... You'll find with guitars, you have things that you think are deal breakers, things that like you think you'd never want on an instrument, and you'll play something that changes your mind. I've learned pretty quickly after being in a couple stores that don't rule out an instrument because it has one feature that you think is a deal breaker. Still play the thing. Check it out, because you'll probably end up liking it. If, for instance, if I had never picked this up because I hate quote-unquote gloss necks, I would have never, zoned out on an incredibly awesome guitar. Could you get me back to clean tone? That's cool. Cleanish. Closing out the stream here in a couple minutes, so just let me know if you have any other questions or if you'd like me to try and out any other guitars before the end of the stream. Just let me know. I think when I was doing all that chugging, I knocked a string a little too hard. A little too snarky. If you guys have any brands or models that you've seen on our website, our Instagram, any of our social media that you'd like to see in the next stream, or any type of video content, photo content, we've got time. Please let us know. We're just trying to make cool stuff, and we'd love your input on how cool we can make it and what would make it cooler as well. So just let us know. All right, guys, this has been Griffin with Eddie's Guitars. Can't wait to do this again in the future. Hopefully I'll have a little bit more time, be a little bit more prepared, and have some cool stuff to show you. See you next week.